My name is Danielle Williams, and I'm the founder of MaryJane. When I entered my 30s, I started experiencing an increase in consistent joint and muscle pain. And while over-the-counter and prescription medications were effective, they made me extremely drowsy and weren't practical for my day-to-day life. A friend recommended I try CBD oil, and to my delight, it worked. This experience led me to the creation of MaryJane, a CBD balm designed to reduce the need for over-the-counter and prescription medication to treat everyday aches and pains. Our balm, made with coconut oil, beeswax, and essential oils, makes it a more natural alternative to over-the-counter and prescription medications. And because it's topical, it can be applied directly to your problem area. Our 2-ounce tins of 500 milligrams would sell for $40 a piece at retail cost. In my customer research, I found that women between 35 and 65, many of whom were on other medications for other ailments, were curious about CBD, but didn't feel knowledgeable enough to make confident purchasing decisions. What sets MaryJane apart from our competitors is our focus on building customer relationships with these new users by providing information and education that helps demystify and destigmatize CBD. We want to build trusting, brand loyal customers while this industry is still relatively new. The Brightfield Group projects the CBD market to reach $16.8 billion by 2025. And MaryJane is an option for customers looking to support Black and women-owned businesses in this growing industry. Since 2019, I've been able to create trial products to test ingredients, formulas, and product consistency and scents. All of these trials were without CBD. Now, with a business plan and financial analysis complete, MaryJane is ready for the next phase of product development. Winning SpringGR would give me the momentum to develop trial products with CBD, my most expensive ingredient, and run a pilot program to verify my product effectiveness, as well as confirm costs and price points. Additionally, winning SpringGR would cover other startup costs and would allow me to develop a proper logo, brand guide, and website, and purchase additional packaging supplies and continue building on the brand awareness by growing my social media following. My goal is to launch online and in small retailers by the end of 2021. Thank you. Oh, I can't. If somebody's talking, I can't hear you.
Good presentation. I'm in the cannabis space, but more like cannabis, not CBD. So I understand. So what was the reasoning behind like you made some products, but you didn't use CBD in them?
Yeah, so I did use some CBD, but it was like purchased at like a retailer. And so since the cost is so high, I wanted to make the best use of the other ingredients and the product I had already invested in. So really trying to get the consistencies and scents and things like that solidified before I made the investment in the CBD purchase.
You mentioned that if you win a SpringGR, you were gonna invest it for your website and your logo. Do you have currently something like on Facebook? How are you are actually promoting yourself right now?
Yeah, so currently I have just kind of developed a really basic brand of, on my own through the tools that I have at my disposal. And I've created an Instagram page where I've got a following there. And so that seems to be a really good space to sort of build an audience. From a sales perspective, I think eventually I'd like to be selling on a platform like Facebook. I think that's somewhere where my customers will most likely be. But these elements would allow me to kind of roll out in that space in a more polished way.
For the products that you have made before, like through testing, have you sold any of those to get feedback from people?
No, I haven't sold any, but I have given them as sort of gifts to potential customers and to give them a chance to try and give me feedback. So now with a launch of product with CBD in it, I would go back to those customers with small trials for them to give me additional feedback. So that would be the pilot phase that this would allow me to get into.
All right. That is